My sister humiliated me at her wedding. It wasn't just the atrocious dress she shoved me into, a neon pea green nightmare that clung to my hips like wet moss, but the way she used her spotlight to snuff mine out. Growing up, Serena was always the golden child. She breezed through life crowned with effortless charm, the prom queen who never smudged her eyeliner, the straight-A student who turned awkward silence into laughter. Meanwhile, I, Clara, lurked in her shadow. Not ugly, not a failure, just painfully average. Like an old photo nobody bothers to frame. Serena made sure I never forgot it. Her superiority woven into every sidelong look, every teasing jab dipped in venom. If I dared complain, she'd tilt her head with practiced innocence, making me question my own reality. When she got engaged to Adrian, I was honestly happy for her. He was different from the arrogant guys she used to date, warm, grounded, the kind of man who remembered my coffee order, black, no sugar, and actually asked about my library job at family dinners. I imagined myself as her maid of honor, standing proudly beside her in an elegant dress, a rare chance at inclusion. But Serena had other plans. She chose her college roommate Valerie for the role and shoved me into the bridesmaid lineup like an afterthought. I swallowed the sting. It's fine, I told myself. Sisters don't owe each other titles. Then came the dress fiasco. She revealed the bridesmaids' gowns in her pristine living room, sunlight streaming over the manicured lawn. The others got sleek, tailored sage green pieces. Mine? A thrift store reject, 2 sizes too big, with a neckline that made my collarbone look like a coat hanger. I stood drowning in fabric while she cooed, "It's perfect for you, Clara. No need to fuss." When I offered to pay $200 for alterations, she refused, insisting it fit her rustic chic vision. Later, I overheard her snap at the seamstress. "Don't touch hers, even if she begs." My stomach dropped like a stone. The wedding day was a slow burn of humiliation. Serena spared no expense, transforming the venue into a fairy tale built from her imagination. At the center, a massive wooden arch carved to mimic the sprawling craftsman-style home she'd sketched in her notebooks since we were kids. Her dream house, with wraparound porch and stained glass windows. Even the signature cocktails carried her stamp, eternal vows and timeless joy. I stood beneath that arch in my swamp-colored tent, tugging at the hem as whispers rippled behind me. Adrian caught my eye once, his brow furrowing in sympathy. But Serena sparkled too brightly for anyone to notice my shame, until her speech. Halfway through her toast, champagne flute in hand, she turned the spotlight on me. "And here's my sweet sister Clara," she announced, her tone honeyed with mockery. "Still single at 29, proof you don't need a man to survive. Someone's got to keep mom and dad company in their rocking chairs." Laughter erupted, sharp, jagged, cutting through me. My face burned. Adrian shifted beside her, his jaw tight. Later, as I hid near the dessert table, he found me. "I'm sorry," he muttered, hands deep in his tuxedo pockets. I didn't know she'd say that. His apology was small, but real, a lifeline I didn't know I needed. 6 months later, Serena's perfect world began cracking. It started at a family dinner around the scarred oak table. She showed up late, blouse stretched over a faint bump, and announced her pregnancy with a flourish, waving a $50 ultrasound photo like a trophy. Mom clapped. Dad beamed. I forced a smile. But Adrian's fork hovered midair, his eyes far away. 2 weeks later, the truth spilled out, messy and brutal. Serena had been sleeping with her yoga instructor, Leo, 4 months before the wedding. The baby wasn't Adrian's. He couldn't be. He'd had a vasectomy years earlier, a fact Serena knew but ignored. When confronted, she didn't even deny it. She just packed her $300 suitcase and left him in their overpriced condo. I watched from the sidelines, texting Adrian a cautious, "You okay?" That turned into coffee at a greasy diner on 5th Street. At first, it was just commiseration. He vented about the $5,000 Serena spent on a nursery for a child that wasn't his. I listened, tracing the rim of my chipped mug. But between rainy afternoons and the way he laughed at my sarcasm, something shifted. 3 months ago, we admitted it. We weren't just friends anymore. We kept it quiet, not out of guilt, but survival. The family would explode if they knew. Then came the house. Serena's dream house, the one she built miniature at her wedding, popped up on the market. Adrian and I had been casually browsing listings, dreaming of a fresh start, and there it was. 4 bedrooms, oak floors, that same wraparound porch. Wow. Toured it in a daze, rain tapping the windows. That night, we made an offer. $145,000, every penny of our savings. Accepted in 48 hours. Moving day was a blur of cardboard and takeout. I hung an old denim jacket on the coat rack, claiming the space as ours. Adrian grinned like a kid who'd won the lottery. Then Serena found out. Our cousin Ivy spotted us, unloading the U-Haul and spread the news. By dusk, Serena was at our door. Mascara streaked like black rivers, her $800 trench soaked through. "How could you?" she screamed, pounding the door with her fist, still wearing her wedding ring. "You've always hated me, Clara. You stole him. You stole everything," she sobbed, spitting out how she'd lost the baby, how Leo vanished when she told him, how she was drowning in an $11,200 hospital bill and an empty apartment. Seeing us in her dream house was killing her. My anger flared hot. I wanted to scream back, to list every cruel moment, every public jab, every time she'd made me feel small. But I didn't. I just stood there, rain plastering my hair to my face until she stumbled back to her car. Inside, Adrian squeezed my hand, steady as ever, and something in me settled. Not triumph, clarity.